Hello, I am Charlie Simons, your host here on Do Not Talk. Talk about the things you're not supposed to talk about, talking to people I'm not supposed to talk to. One of the first I talked to when I was just starting off, 4 or 5 years ago now. I don't know. Time flies when you're having a blast podcasting and exposing evil. It is Johnathon Townsend Alexander. Johnathon Alexander was at the border when all the crisis was happening with that train wreck of a presidency with Joe Biden. Joe, what's his face? Joe cheating elections, Joe opening borders, Joe trashing our economy, Joe horrible man. But we put him there. Well, not really. It was stolen. Things are coming out now that I love what President Trump just recently said about California, where I live. I'm a native, been here all my life. But wow, my once golden state is dramatically tarnished right now. But he said that there's some truckloads of evidence about to be exposed. It's not an accident that he said truckloads. There were actually truckloads of fake ballots discovered. That's the big news that's about to happen in California. It's going to, I think, just absolutely rock the world of the Democrats, who are the super majority in this state, unfortunately. But Lord willing, that's going to change. This is a midterm and primary election year for California. Our primary elections in the first Tuesday of June, and of course the big election in November. When we get to have finally, after almost 20 years, a Republican governor. If you consider Arnold Schwarzenegger to be a Republican, it's been longer than that if you don't. But it's going to be Johnathon's show today. He has got some news going on from the border. When I first put him on, he was actually down there at the southern border, showing videos, showing you what was really going on, not hiding a thing, and I loved it. I became such just great admiration for Johnathon and what he did, and with his team actually exposing what was happening, the stuff that the media was hiding. This is him right here. You're looking at on screen with me. Johnathon, what's up, my friend?
Good to see you, Charlie. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome.
Great to have you here. There's things going on. Everybody's thinking, well, the border's fixed. We don't need to talk about it anymore, right? Everything's okay. There's no more problems down there. President Trump is taking care of all that, right?
That's correct. So down on our borders right now, we're getting ready to be live down there, Charlie. We're going to be on the at the Chilton Ranch, Jim and Sue Chilton. They're the ones that had the cartel coming through the ranch, killing their cattle, breaking into their homes. Yep. And we're going to be live there starting Sunday through probably Thursday or Friday of next week. We're going to be broadcasting live right from the border. So we're going to cover the Chilton Ranch and over there at Vaca, Arizona. And from Vaca, we're going over to the Sassabee, Arizona, where we've got military forces on the ground right now. Boots are on the ground, folks. And this is not National Guard. This is our active army that's there.
That was okay. That was going to be my question, because the National Guard, I exposed this, and so have several others. I've had Gil Mazza on. I've had J.J. Carroll on, and we've had this discussion many times about the National Guard that was sent down to the border was not even allowed to have bullets in their guns.
No, these guys are fully armed.
Got their guns.
Yeah, is that not insane, Charlie? That's absolutely insane.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
so Governor Hairdo out here, as I affectionately call him, Gavin Newsom, kept bragging about, well, I'm sending National Guard troops down there, California National Guard. They didn't have bullets in their guns. They couldn't do anything. They were being overrun at the fences. And then we showed video of it where they were storming the gates and crashing through. And the National Guard, all they could say was, hey, stop. Hey, you guys, quit it. Hey, don't do that. Yeah. Well, you're telling me regular armies down there, that changes everything, doesn't it?
You know what? You know where else you're getting your regular army forces at right now, Charlie? They're coming right into San Diego sector, buddy. They're going to be boots on the ground. Newsom has no say in this. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
This is military affairs involved now. We also have over in the Yuma sector, boots on the ground. I don't know if you can see the videos that I shared with you that you can share
let's
to the
bring them
audience.
up. Let's bring them up. I want to see this. Is this the one right here you're talking about?
That's the illegals that we were dealing with down on the border, right there. But you can go ahead and play the the one live video of the military on the ground. There you go. And this is down in the Yuma sector.
Go ahead and hit play. I think you have to. That's sharing.
Do I have to hit play?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you could expand the screen, that'd be great.
Let me see how we can hit the play button on here, by God. Why is it not playing? Here we go.
We're doing this with our other camera because right now it's still live, but you guys didn't come in. So anyways, this is Johnathon Alexander, Your News Arizona. I'm on the U.S.-Mexico border down here in the Yuma sector, and I'm here with Specialist Session Sechi, and he's with the United States Army. He's DeVore, United States Army. So these guys are active Army. These aren't your National Guard guys. So we don't have our weekend warriors down here. And for you American patriots out there, what an honor to see our soldiers down here on the border. I'm Johnathon Alexander, Your News Arizona. Appreciate you guys being here. We've been covering this sector for many, many years. I've done a lot of work down here with Sheriff Wilmot for the Yuma Sheriff. Also, I cover the Sassafras, Arizona, Tucson sector. So we're one of the only people that broadcast this stuff live for our world to see the real truth. We don't go back and cut. We don't edit it. This is live broadcast. And you're on live TV, by the way. So, hope you don't mind. So, I only got a couple million people watching it. So anyways, we do highly appreciate you guys. You guys call this operation here what kind of a G-Boss setup?
Yes, sir.
So as you guys can see, the setup they got going on down here. What a sight to see.
Charlie, I'm going to pause this for 1 second.
Okay.
So this G-Boss setup, folks, just to let you know. So the G-Boss setup, what that does also, it knocks out the drones that the cartel's flying in.
Thank you for bringing that up. Just last week, the airport at El Paso shut down for several hours, and everybody was speculating as to what's going on, and it's happening, and all this kind of stuff. All it was the cartels, or a cartel, was flying drones around that sector.
Well, see, that's true. That's partially true. Correct. Okay. But there's another reason why it was shut down as well.
Okay.
So right now, folks, we are in the process, and I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to tell you where my intel comes from. I don't want to get people in trouble. But I can tell you right now, we are in the process of a full-scale war with the cartel. It's going to happen. It's coming. And when you guys see it happen, you can say you heard it from Your News Arizona, Johnathon Alexander. But it's coming, folks. And that's why they've got troops deployed right now down in Texas. They got troops deployed on our Arizona borders, California borders. And again, this is active Army. This is not your National Guard guys, active Army guys. And they don't put active troops on the ground unless they are expecting a full-scale something. We'll just leave it at that. But it's coming, Charlie. I guarantee you. And the sad part is lives will be lost on both sides. So anybody that underestimates the cartel, folks, these cartel guys are well funded. They're also funded by the Chinese as well. Even Russia has their ties with the cartel. You look at the amount of fentanyl that they were trafficking into America. We would have enough fentanyl coming through just in the Yuma sector each and every day to kill every last man, woman, and child here in America. Daily.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's no BS.
Right.
We've been boots on the ground down there for years, as well as the Tucson sector. And we've been getting this out to America as your fake news channels were trying to act like our borders are secure. We don't have a problem. That's why Fox News even doesn't get their shit together. Excuse my mouth, but they don't.
They never really have. Well, John, what's his last name? Mnuchin. was doing an extraordinary job. He was the one that was assigned to cover what was happening at the southern border, and he was doing some great reporting, some great work on Fox News. But he's been pulled from there. He's not. That's not his assignment anymore. So yeah, the media is acting like everything's good, and there is nothing to see here anymore. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Nobody's coming across. We can't get any of that heart-wrenching video. We can't have a trooper on or a border patrol on horseback that's whipping these people who are coming across the border, which was a big fat lie. There's going to be radio silence on all of this. And if we are actually going to war against the cartels, which I think is extraordinary, because they're basically running the entire country of Mexico now at this point. It is just so dirty and corrupt.
Charlie, they're running not just Mexico, buddy. They run Yuma. I mean, not Yuma. They run the Tucson area. I've got Daniel Gutierrez, who's been running for Congress. He's out there reporting on this as well down there. I'm actually going to be with Daniel on Sunday. I'm going to do some live feed for YouTube, buddy, where we can link you into our channel so you can show your viewing audience as well. But the cartel runs the show, folks, in Tucson, Arizona. I guarantee you. And any of the locals down there will tell you what I'm telling you. It's a shit show. And here's what needs to happen, Charlie. We need to wipe these bastards off the face of this earth, get them eliminated.
As far as I'm concerned, there is no other alternative. Absolutely right.
I mean,
if we don't eradicate that cancer right now, it is only going to grow, metastasize, and get worse and worse, no matter who is in power in the United States of America.
Human trafficking, your drug trafficking. Folks, this is a multi-trillion-dollar operation just in the human trafficking alone. You know, not to discuss your audience, Charlie, but I'm going to say it like it is.
That's we speak very openly and honestly.
When we've been down on the borders, folks, we've had these little toddlers come through the border, you know, up to 18 years old, young girls, boys even. They come through the border openings right down there, and I shit you not, folks, some of these children had 8-10 different semens in them, where they were raped brutally by the cartel. They've got the rape trees down there. If your folks have never seen a rape tree, Google search rape tree. I've got rape trees on my channels. But check it out. I mean, these children, I don't care what country you're from. I'm going to say it like it is. No child deserves to be human trafficked or raped, period. As far as I'm concerned, that needs to be an automatic death sentence to these people. It does.
Hey, Jesus said the same thing. He was very clear and honest. This is one of the first things that got all my page. I got deleted by Facebook. Every single one of my pages. Meta took me off Facebook, deplatformed me, and deleted me off of Instagram as well. And I cannot even start up a new page now. I've been banned from the entire platform because of talking about this kind of thing. Jesus said, I'm paraphrasing, I should say. If you jack with any of these kids, because I don't think Jesus said jack with any of these kids. If you jack with any of these kids, it would be better for you to have a heavy millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea. He didn't say it'd be better for it to be done to you or for you to do it to yourself. It would be better if it were done to you. Yeah. I'm stocking up on millstones. Everyone else is buying gold and silver. I'm buying millstones. I'm ready. I'm done with this. These are wicked people. And you're absolutely right about the death sentence. We need to go in and eradicate them. Now, that's a hard thing to do when it's a foreign soil. Are we actually declaring war against Mexico or against any of the other countries in Central and South America or China or anyone else supplying all these cartels and their power? That's a tough line to try and balance on, because as president of the United States, President Trump has got to really move carefully and cautiously here, because the cartels are ensconced in another country, not our own. So how do we go to war against them and not have everybody saying we're declaring a war against Mexico?
Because here's the problem that we have, Charlie. I agree with you, but at the same time disagree, because the war is already here on our soil. When you got the cartel that runs the show down in Tucson, in different areas, We've got heavily armed cartel on American soil. Take a look at the No More Death Camp, human trafficking camp that the Border Patrol just raided again, not even a month ago, for the 100,000th time, it seems like. That's been up and running for the last 30 freaking years on American soil. Why has Tom Homan not knocked that son of a bitch totally off of the planet, the No More Death Camp? You know, because they know it's a human trafficking, drug trafficking, main supply chain for the cartel, which does stops. That's right beside the Jim and Sue Chilton's ranch where we're going. Because we've actually flown drones from his ranch right over the No More Death Camp without them knowing. And we've got all kinds of footage on the No More Death Camp. If you guys are on YouTube, check out Your News Arizona. You can go down to the No More Death Camp reporting that we did down there. And we're going to be back down there again this week reporting. And we're going to probably do a pit stop on the No More Death Camp again just to say howdy doody. We're here.
Now, explain that. Are you saying No More Death Camp? Is that what you're saying?
No. Yep. DEATH. No More Death Camp. So
what is that?
It's a camp. So what it is, the Catholic Charities over in Yuma help fund it. Believe it or not,
they have turned out to be just absolutely so wicked.
And it's a human trafficking, drug trafficking camp. They have raided that so many times, taking cartel guys out, taking illegals out, taking trafficked children out of there. But that's a pit stop where the cartel mix from the border. They pit stop there on the way over to 3 Points, Arizona, where they make their drug drops, human trafficking drops. And then from there, they get picked up and got highways that go every direction from that point to where they can traffic people any direction you can imagine, including drugs.
So when you say No More Death Camp, that's an actual place? Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Who runs it? What is that? Are those the good guys?
If you got a second, no, they're very bad people. Very bad.
But they call it No More Death?
Yep. See if you can Google it real quick on your end, and you might want to share it to your audience. It's called No More Death Camp. Just type in No More Death Camp raided again. That's all you got to do.
Okay. I will. No More Death Camp. Never even heard of this. Who's running this?
Good afternoon. You're live on the air.
Right. You talking to me?
Oh, they hung up.
Oh, it's No More Deaths. Deaths.org. A humanitarian organ. Well, let me call this up.
Humanitarian my butt.
Yeah, this is insane. I've never look at this. I've never even heard of this. Let me share screen, buddy. Excuse me.
You can see where they were just raided again a little over a month ago. Do you see that?
Not yet. Here we go.
I'll
no mas muertes.
That's another word for it. Yep.
They want me to donate. Okay, there it is.
I'm sure they do.
No more deaths. Yeah, that popped up. Donate now. Desert aid trainings, capacity building through knowledge and skills shares, U.S.-Mexico border death map and database. Are they saying that we're creating the death? Is that what they're saying? Stories of solidarity, missing migrant hotline. This it seems like they're the ones that have created these missing migrants and their old children. Almost 500,000 of them suddenly disappear. Nobody knows where they are during the Biden reign of terror. Border Patrol leaves hundreds of asylum seekers stranded in the cold, detains and threatens aid workers attempting to respond. Oh, good heavens, that's terrible. How much of this is true? Jonathan?
No More Death Camp raided again. So right here, last month.
No More Deaths reported that Border Patrol agents raided their aid station in the Arizona desert on November 23, 2025. This is the first raid since 2020, and agents reportedly detained people receiving care after breaking into structures.
But what they're failing to tell you is, these people receiving care, cartel, illegals. I mean, you name it. That's where they stop for, Charlie.
Yeah.
And then what these guys also do, So down on the border wall right there, where the Biden administration ordered Army Corps of Engineers to cut sections of Trump's wall, what the No More Death Camp would do in their so-called humanitarian
Wait. Don't hang on a second. Hang on a second. Back up. Don't gloss over that, because I don't think everybody knew that. In fact, I don't think hardly anybody knew that. Joe Biden ordered the Army Corps of Engineers to cut out sections of the wall that President Trump put up. That is real. That is true. What Jonathan just said. How many people?
We've got live footage of it, folks.
How many people actually knew that? I don't think very many. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So that's up and down a 100-mile sector. You know, same thing down in Yuma. They had it. The same problem. So what would happen is the No More Death Camp people, they would go down to these openings in the wall. They'd cross over 2-3 miles into Mexico and make food and water drops and whatever else they wanted to drop over there for the cartel. Now, that was you or I, Charlie, and we tried going through, not a port of entry, we tried going through one of those holes in the wall, 20 miles away from the port of entry or whatever. I guarantee you, first of all, they would have locked our butts up and threw us in prison.
Oh, yeah.
Under Biden's Border Patrol would watch them do it. Would never touch them. So they were basically working with those guys, if you want to think about it that way. And don't get me wrong, folks. I love our Border Patrol agents and our ICE agents, but back in those days, we had a lot of corrupt son of a bitches. I'm going to say it like it is.
Yep.
We've had them where we had them on camera, where they'd pull up with their Border Patrol truck. Here's a hole in the wall here, another hole down here a mile. So the Border Patrol guy would pull up, pitch black out to the big hole in the wall, flash his lights 3 times over towards on the Mexico side. Next thing you know, he'd rush up down to this other one a mile down the road. And here comes in 200-300 illegals at once. And the hole that he just flashed his lights at, here's a cartel running their freaking backpacks full of drugs and whatever else, and human trafficking. And that's the way. So they would always create a distraction down here at this hole in the wall. They'd flood it with illegals coming in. And up here, the cartel would be making their drug runs. And Border Patrol would say, well, we're just short-handed. No, we caught Border Patrol doing the shit, flagging them, letting them know.
Yeah, according to my people that I've talked to, there's a common phrase down there with the Border Patrol agents, and that is from the cartels, you will be paid either in silver or in lead. Those are your choices. You're either going to help us or we will kill you, kill your family. They talk about being doxxed. They have all the information on these Border Patrol's families. Right. They use them as leverage to get Border Patrol agents to assist them. You're right. That was very prevalent, unfortunately, for quite a while. Is it still that way?
So we're not going to say too much until we're down there reporting, because I don't want to give people heads up of what exactly we're doing down there this trip, besides the Chilton Ranch. Because I'm also a private investigator, Charlie, so I don't just do the news coverage. We investigate everything. And I actually submitted hours of footage over to Jim Jordan when I met with him over in Sierra Vista, Arizona.
Very good.
All from the Chilton Ranch, showing the cartel going through his ranch, the No More Death Camp footage we have. I mean, we had tons of, and not to mention the corrupt Border Patrol agents that we gave over to them for Congress. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter what we share, what we get out there to the world, if nobody does anything about it. Period.
Right.
Where's the arrest today?
Yeah.
Where are these arrests? This is what's driving the American people nuts. Just like right now, they got all the corruption on Obama in the election fraud, where he tampered with the election. Now, this all just came out. We covered it on our Jonathan and Julie D in the morning show on Your News Arizona. And you guys can find us on Facebook under Johnathon Townsend Alexander, also on YouTube under Your News Arizona, Rumble, X. We're out there to everywhere. Plus on Q Broadcast, Channel 24. So you guys can find us, which is where we're broadcasting you at today, Charlie, for you. But either way, the point is, we have had such a corrupt system for so long. We're not seeing the rest. We keep hearing a bunch of lip service, like, oh, there's going to be mass arrest. Well, we're already over a year into the Trump administration. Where's these arrests?
I have a theory on that. I have a theory on that. Yeah, our own fellow conservatives, I'm hearing so many of them complaining and whining about this, saying the same kind of thing. Well, I believe that there's a reason. We already have, we might have control of the House and the Senate, barely, and we have the presidency. Hopefully we will strengthen those numbers this coming midterm election, and we'll get a bigger majority in the House and the Senate. We have to. It's imperative. If we lose that, it'll be nothing but the remainder of President Trump's. You think it was bad his first time around when he kept getting impeached? He kept being the media was taking over, trying to destroy him, dismantle, bring down what he was doing. It's going to be far worse. It's going to be next level if we don't take total control of the House and Senate. That's imperative that we vote this coming November in the midterms. Imperative. Please don't shirk that responsibility. But if until we have that, we cannot get rid of. We don't have the judicial branch with conservatives enough in there. So we just watched James Comey walk, brought up on charges, and then dismissed by one judge. Letitia James, same story. We just watched that happen. Let's learn that lesson. We can't have arrests going on right now when we still have so many dirty judges. We can't impeach and get rid of the dirty judges until we have a true majority in the House and Senate. It's imperative. So why would you make all these arrests now when one dirty judge can dismiss it all, and then these people walk and you can't bring them back up on the same charges? Why would we make those arrests now? We can't. We got to wait. We got to set up our ground game. We got to be ready to pounce and abduct and bring charges against these wicked people, the deep state, the cartel that's controlling the government in so many different places, until we get rid of these dirty judges, Jonathan.
There's actually been several judges now that we reported on that have been incarcerated now. It's starting to happen. But here's the problem that we also have. We have, in my opinion, Charlie, I love Donald Trump. He's a great president, in my opinion.
I agree.
And I see so much social media hate talk about Trump now, even from patriots. But here's the thing. I think Donald Trump still does not have what I call 100% trustworthy crew that wants to see this accomplished. This is my opinion, because the evidence is there. It's overwhelming against Obama right now that they have. If you haven't had a chance to see it, check out.
But if they brought up a former president on charges like they did to President Trump, if they brought a former president on the left up on charges, there'd be absolute bedlam, pandemonium, people in the streets, riots going on. Yeah. Unless
what do you think they did to Trump?
Judges. I know that. We don't do that. We don't hit the streets. We don't scream and holler and twist and shout. We don't do that. The left does. We got
maybe it's time we do.
Expose the charges, expose the crimes, incarcerate them, make them do the perp walk, and then put them away like that. It's got to happen fast, or we're giving them a chance to ramp up and create civil war here in the United States of America over something like that.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, the Democrats have more or less already declared civil war on us. If you heard some of their speeches, they're the ones inciting the violence. They're the ones attacking our ICE agents, our Border Patrol, even our law enforcement. If you go back on my Facebook page alone, I've reported on over 40, 50 deaths of our law enforcement in the last 3 months. That's 3 months, folks. Record amount of law enforcement being gunned down in the line of duty. Check out Johnathon Townsend Alexander on Facebook. You'll see what I'm talking about, because we list them daily, Charlie. And this is unacceptable here in America. And it's like, when does this crapness be put to an end? This is what's got to happen. Something's got to change for the Republican side and the Patriots as well. Somewhere along the line, it's got to stop, because right now we've got loss of life. We've got people dying. We got Border Patrol being attacked. You know, our lives in harm's way constantly, even when we're down on the border still. They act like our borders are secure. Let me tell you guys a little secret. They're not secure. That's fake news. You get down to Yuma sector, Tucson sector, you got what they call tribal lands. Hundreds of miles of tribal lands. The Trump administration is still unable to get the tribal council to allow the wall to be built. So that's what the cartels
Thank you for bringing that up too.
In and out, in and out.
Yes, I'd forgotten about that. He's right.
Yep.
These reservations, Indian reservations, they consider themselves, well, they are sovereign land.
Those military guys in that video. So right here, actually, I can hit the share button. Sorry about that. So right here, if you take a look at the picture, let's see. Let me hit stop sharing and we can reshare it, Charlie.
Okay.
And so stop. Let's see. Okay, stop sharing. There you go. If you want to re-hit share, I'll go ahead and hit play button on it.
Is it this one right here you're talking about? No, that's different. My apologies.
No.
My apologies.
The YouTube one.
You talk the one that we were watching earlier?
Yep.
Okay. There it is.
So right here, you see right there? That's your border wall right there. See the arrow that I'm pointing? That's your border wall. Right here is where this border wall ends. So from this port, right where it used to end, it would go all the way back up here. Used to be a tent right there with porta potties, food, water for the illegals when they come in. It used to have basically up above this vehicle here, right here, basically a big sign that said, "Welcome to America." So these illegals would pour in. Now, keep in mind, when they pour in, from here on down, that's all tribal land. See that little border barrier?
Yeah.
Anybody can walk right over that. Trust me. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
That goes for a lot of miles, folks. So these illegals would just come on up here, come on in, then line up all around this wall before our military gear was here. They'd line up right there like they're going to freaking Disneyland. Kid you not. Border Patrol would give them a boarding pass, which I think I've given you a pic on one of them, Charlie. I thought I did down in Yuma. So Border Patrol would actually give them a boarding pass. They'd fill out the boarding pass of their luggage they got, where they're headed. They'd take them over to Yuma right there to the processing center. 24 hours later, that shit you not, they'd already be on a transport plane to a city near you guys around America.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed.
They were wearing wristbands, different colored wristbands that were telling people on the other side, the cartel on the other side, where these people were supposed to go. And we were literally asking them, hey, where do you want to go? Oh, it's Chicago.
Yeah.
According to my wristband. And we would give them transport there.
That's right.
We were giving them transport to wherever they wanted to go. It was insane what was happening. And nobody was talking about except for people like you, Jonathan.
And don't forget about the free cash card they would get with thousands on it. They get free housing, free medical, free food stamps. They get the whole shebang, even given a driver's license if they want it. That's how we got law enforcement.
And here in California, they're manufacturing birth certificates.
You got it.
I don't know who's paying for that, but I'll bet you it's us.
Probably Newsom. Taxing you guys.
Us. Exactly. We're paying for that.
Probably for that fake rail that they're doing, that they're funding the money over to probably the legals.
Billions of dollars spent on our high-speed rail and not 1 inch of track has been laid at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's it at?
This has been going on for over 10 years. This is insane. It's crooked. It's horrible. I, for one, am fully behind my president. I'm not going to disparage him at all. He's kind of got a lot going on right now.
Oh, he does.
You might be right about some in his cabinet that are not totally on board. People are saying that about Pam Bondi, but I disagree. I think
Pam Bondi is in my opinion, and I'm probably going to get my audience yell at me, and I don't care. In my opinion, I think Pam Bondi has done a good job. She's had her hands tied. She's got a lot of fight to do with the Democrats as well, and with the lawmakers and everybody constantly throwing everything at her at the same time as she's trying to get business done. So, and you know what? You guys are always entitled to speak your opinion, at least my audience. You can go, how can you say that, Alexander? I can tell you how. Just like you guys have turned on Trump, a lot of you. Trump's my president. Trump's my president. I will back my president every day of the week. Yep. And if you guys don't understand what was happening to our country under the Biden administration, if we would have had 4 more years in a row of that crap, this country would have been finished.
President Harris, you'd rather have President Kamala Harris? That's your preference? Why are you battling on our side? Why are you battling President Trump so vehemently and not giving any kind of critical thinking to this? I keep trying to go, let's go deeper. Let's think why these arrests aren't happening yet. I believe they're going to, but they can't now because we can't, even if we prosecuted, they're going to be walking because of the dirty judges. We have to show up in the primary elections. I don't know about the rest of the country, but in California, ours is in June. We got to show up there because primaries win elections in California.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Charlie, Pam Bondi and those guys just got done saying arrests are coming soon. They just said it right on national broadcast. So they're saying they're going after officials and the arrests are going to start happening. So again, I want to see it happen. I mean, it's time. I mean, this is where it's either
I don't believe it is time. I don't believe it is time for the very reasons I've already stated more than once. I still have all these dirty judges in place. We got to get rid of those first.
Well, at the same time, I agree with you in that category. But we got to find a way to be able to change the court systems as well. We got to be able to find a way to have these hearings heard. And
we can't do that without a good majority in the House and Senate. We can't impeach these judges.
But how are we going to do that, Charlie? Because here's the thing, and I want to just point this out.
I've been saying
out here in Arizona, folks, we had Daniel Gutierrez running a special election against Grijalva's daughter, because Grijalva died right after getting elected in Congress. Not even a couple months after he was elected, he died. So Grijalva's daughter ran. And his daughter is
actually, to the rest of us who this guy is and this daughter. Who are they?
So Grijalva and his daughter,
Democrats?
Yep, they're Democrat all the way. Grijalva is all about kind of like Cartel Hobbs here in Arizona, the governor.
Cartel Hobbs.
But a lot worse.
You should have Governor Lake is who you should have there. I don't know how that all happened. That was some dirty dealings right there. You got some crooked elections, just like California. You got problems there, buddy.
So down in Yuma, down in Tucson and Phoenix areas, that was their district, plus parts of Yuma. And these people would fund the cartel, feed them, give them free everything. Well, they did a special election, after he died. Everybody kept saying how sick and tired they were of Grijalva. We got to have change in Arizona. Let me tell you what happened, Charlie. Daniel Gutierrez had a short time to put together his election for the special election, but he got it all put together, the whole 9 yards. Not even Daniel Gutierrez. He'll be with me on the border on Sunday. But either way, he ran for United States Congress here in Arizona. He's
Republican or Democrat?
Republican all the way. Okay. Good friend of mine. He's been on the border with me many times.
Okay.
Here's the problem that we have. So the special election night, not even 10% of the Republicans went out and voted. The Democrat Party,
what the hell,
even hated Grijalva's daughter. Several of them actually voted for Daniel, but not even 30% of the Democrats went out and voted. But the Democrats have more Democrats vote than Republicans. If we would have even had 50% of our party show up and voted that night, he would have been running Arizona for Congress. Nobody showed up. Look at what happened in Florida. Same exact bullshit. For the first time, we've got a mayor in Florida as a Democrat. Why? Same problem. Not even 10% of the Republicans in Florida went out and voted. What the hell is going on with the Republican Party? You guys all say you want change. You want this. You want that. Well, how the hell are we going to have change if we can't get people off of their asses to get out and vote where it matters
Preach it, brother.
to make that change?
Exactly.
This is the shit that makes me furious, especially in Arizona, because we've tolerated with Grajada, I think, for almost 30 years of dictatorship is what I'll call it. Bullshit, and him working with the cartels and illegals. And then all of a sudden, now we got Grajada's daughter. Here you go. There you go, Arizona. So for all you guys out in Arizona, I'll say it, you can kiss my ass. For you guys down there,
I've been saying the same thing. I'm saying the same thing here in California. Then I thought it was bad here. It turns out it's bad in other places that are supposed to be red. Yeah. Everybody always thought Arizona was so red. No, there's been tremendous infiltration, but it's our fault. We're not showing up. And then if I hear one more Republican say, well, my vote doesn't count anyway, I swear I can't control my actions. I'm done with these people, my own party.
Thank you.
Not showing
You know how many
up.
people I heard during that special election saying, I'm not going to make it out. My vote don't matter. And I said, you better get your ass out and vote. Your vote does matter. And sure enough, they didn't go vote. How many other people were doing that shit?
Yeah.
And not even 30% of the Democrats went out and voted. I mean, we could have had, for the first time in 30 years, a good change here in Arizona. But our party failed us. And why? They call themselves patriots, Republicans, down there in the Tucson sector, Phoenix area, in parts of Yuma. Well, where the hell were you guys when your vote mattered? Like I said, that's for you guys that didn't vote, because you're the problem with Arizona now. And you know what?
That applies to you, California.
Nobody can blame anybody but the Arizonians out here for what just happened in those special elections. And it's bullshit. And again, California, for all you guys out there in California, get off your dead asses. Get out there. Knock on the doors this time around. If you know the senior citizens, don't let them do in-the-mail ballots. You know they cheat on that shit. If you can't get out, go down and pick them up. Take your van, whatever. Put their wheelchair in your car. Get them down. Go buy them a cup of coffee afterwards, whatever.
Well, here in California,
make sure their vote matters.
Everybody's voting by mail here in California, and the Democrats are going to these senior centers and collectively, if somebody's not registered to vote, they'll get them. I'll register for you, and they're so nice.
And then they vote for them.
And they'll take all the ballots with them and make sure that they get put in. That's what they're doing with the seniors. It's going on the left. It's rampant, and we got to show up this coming June for the primaries, and then the midterm election in November. We got to be there in numbers too big to ignore. They can vote online. I mean, they can vote by mail now. Unfortunately, that's not an accident. That was brought in under the guise of COVID. Well, it's to protect you. Well, we're not worried about COVID now, are we? So why are we still continuing this vote by mail crap? It's all a scam. It's all a crime. There's no better and easier way for them to cheat than these mail-in ballots. But that's what we've got here in California. And he's right. The left is showing up at these senior centers and collecting all the votes because it's their religion. They worship the government. And we on the right, we say, well, we're working. We got families to take care of. We don't have that kind of time. Well, then I don't know what to tell you if we're not willing to do the same kind of thing.
Yeah. Don't say you ain't got the time, folks. Do we have time to watch this country go under? That's what you got to ask yourself. Yeah. What's a couple hours out of your day, to get out there, make sure it's done accordingly, versus taking the chance of us losing everything. This is up for all of us, folks, all of us, and very well said, Charlie, by the way. We just look at the corruption. We look at the crap that's going on around this country. Like even out in New York, take a look. All these Democrats wanted that Muslim out there to be mayor, everything. They got their wish. Now the Democrats are like, oh my God, what did we do to ourselves? Because all of a sudden they found out, well, sure enough, what does Muslims teach you to do? Gain our trust, lie to us, deceive us. a lot of times kill us, whatever. We can go on with the list.
He's right.
But
It's
now,
called Takia.
yep,
It's look that up if you want. But literally, their Quran tells them it's okay to lie to infidels.
oh yeah, that's exactly what.
And
I actually studied their Quran and their language using an English translator, just trying to understand what these people were truly about. And the stuff I read, Charlie, is evil, 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 evil. Anybody that wants to tell me that these Muslims are peaceful can kiss my ass. They're far from peaceful.
It's a lie. That's a lie.
It's a lie. And you know what? But now the New York City people are like, oh my God, what did we do to ourselves? Oh my God, we can't believe this is what's happening. And we're starting to see all the lies out of this man now. We made a big mistake. Well, guess what? New York, you guys really messed up. But this is what's happening around the country right now. Look at how these Muslims are taken up over in Texas even. Who the hell would have thought Texas would allow that? You know, especially the governor there.
Right.
So what the hell's happening to our states around the country? And this is what really concerns me, Charlie. It does, because honestly, I'm going to say it. I don't care if it is on live TV. I think sooner or later it's going to take the people to rise. You know, like the Constitution said. Because I see this country going under. And that's what I see over the next 10 years. If we don't find a way to get this country in order now, this country, I think, as we know it, is going to be finished in 10 years.
We have no greater champion than President Trump.
Yeah.
So please stop bashing President Trump.
And we better hope to hell we can get Vance in or somebody else like-minded after Trump that's going to finish the job. Because I'll tell you what, folks,
we need a super majority in the House and the Senate in the upcoming midterms this November, because the things that are being done as an executive order right now, if they're not made into law, if they're not passed through the House and the Senate and successfully established as this is the law of the land now, any president, the next president, can come in and rescind every single one of those executive orders, and all the work that President Trump has done so far will be done. It'll be gone. It'll be gone.
And I want to say this, folks. You know, here's the last thing I've been saying on several of my broadcasts. Here's the problem we have as well. If this gets back under Democratic control, I mean, the fake news media has done nothing but lie to you guys. Not even Tom Homan gets the numbers right. God bless him. I like Tom. But we've had, and I shit you not, folks, over 30 million illegals pour through our border. Not the numbers.
I've had both J.J. Carroll and Gil Mazda say it's more like 50.
Well, I was just getting to that. That's not including the gotaways, folks. So we've got probably roughly another 30 million gotaways, 20, 30 million, somewhere in that ballpark. And they have no idea where in the hell they are, but they know they came in. And here's the problem that we have. The Trump administration, he's already had over a year. We don't even have 2 million yet deported out of here.
No.
And that's including self-deports, by the way. So here's the problem. We've only got 3 years left. If we got over 30 million that we know came in, not including the gotaways, if you even add up 2 million times 3 more years, what do you have? There's another 6 million. We might be looking to have 8 million deported out of 30 million, plus not including the gotaways. You know what's going to happen if the Democrats, folks, take control? I'm going to say it right here, right now. Those border walls that you see right down there, all that wall that is intact, it's going to be Army Corps of Engineers is going to be right back in there, cutting out holes in that wall right there, up and down hundreds of miles of the border again, so that these thugs can pour right back into our country, and we're going to be having Groundhog Day all over again. That's what I call it, Groundhog Day. Deja vu. It's just going to happen all over again, folks. And you think it's bad right now? We've had the worst of the worst criminals where they have unloaded their prisons in these countries and sent them through those walls.
Yep.
I guarantee you. So for all you protesters out there that act like, you know, you're doing good by blowing your whistles, putting our ICE agents in harm's way, you know what? When those thugs come to your house and rape your child and your wife, or possibly even kill y'all, you got no one to blame but yourselves. You guys have not been on the border with us. And any of you out there, I'm going to just say it, Charlie, to your audience as well. My audience knows this. Any of you guys ever want to make a border tour with me and come see the reality instead of fake news bullshit, look me up, yournewsarizona@gmail.com. Call into my studio, 928-385-4738. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, senator, or congressman.
Most people are not ready to write. Most people are not ready to write down phone numbers. So you're going to have to repeat that. Say that one more time, please. Yeah, write down this number. You can call him. You could even be part of the show if you have any information you want to add. Go ahead.
You guys can call my studio at 928-385-4738. If you guys want to ever take that trip to the border, and I don't care if you're a Democrat, senator, Republican, it don't matter to me what side of the aisle you're on. You need to see the truth. You need to see what's really happening on our borders.
And the email again
is your news. So YOUR news, NEWS @gmail.com.
Isn't it Your News Arizona @gmail?
Yeah, Your News Arizona. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. And also you can or email us through our website at yournewsarizona.com as well.
Okay. Good.
But and the email is yournewsarizona@gmail.com.
Gotcha.
Or reach us through the website either way. But we invite you guys. We've been inviting people for the last, 6-7 years down to the border, telling them, come take the trip with us. And this is even back when Trump was in office, And don't get me wrong. Trump did a good job in his first term with what he had up until the COVID crap, which we know about COVID now. But
not an accident. Not an accident.
Not an accident, exactly. And that's actually come out now finally. And here it was, Facebook, YouTube used to give us strikes for even mentioning the C word,
Oh, absolutely. He's right. How many times have I been deleted and deplatformed merely because I kept talking honestly about COVID and what the bioweapon that shot was? Oh, yeah. It's not a vaccine. Vaccines actually prevent you from getting a disease. This shot gave it to you. Congratulations. I get my own folks upset, those who have taken the shot, because, Charlie, you make us feel bad. And
well, it's not a matter of making them feel bad, Charlie.
Do what you have to do to correct the effects of it. There are ways now. I've had Dr. Judy Mikovits on, got deleted off YouTube for that. I've had Dr. Robert Malone on, got deleted off YouTube and Facebook for that. And there are ways to counteract if you did take that shot. Take those steps and get that poison out of your body. There's ways to do it, but don't fall for it again, because it will. It worked. It will happen again if they're going to try and do anything they can to protect their deep state and to keep the cabal from falling, because it's
that was the whole thing. They wanted to put the fear of God in everybody, make them all panic to where what do people do when they are under stress and panic? They make the biggest mistakes of their life.
Exactly. That's one of the greatest ways to rule a mob is through fear. And they consider us just to be a mob, a rabble. We're the Muggles. They need to get us out of the way to usher in their new world order, their one world government. It does fall down. It's quite that. It is that simple. That is what this ultimately is all about, bringing down the United States of America, because as long as we stand strong with our constitutional republic, they can't usher in this new world order. We've got to go.
Charlie, there's only two people in this world that I trust. That's our Lord Jesus Christ and the King James Bible.
There you go. Good.
Beyond that, I don't put trust in our government. I don't put trust in anybody else. When COVID came around, everybody kept saying, Alexander, you better go down and get this. I said, well, if you want the death sentence, go ahead and go get it. I said, I'm not taking it. I said, I can almost promise you, you're going to see people die. And by God, I was right. People were dying left and right from it.
Yeah.
And I am so blessed.
It's still happening.
Yeah. I mean, I was walking out in public, going into Walmart. They'd be going, oh, you got to put on a mask, sir. I go, why? Did you fart? They go, what? I said, did you fart? They go, well, no. I said, well, do you smell mine? And I said, that mask is not working there, sir.
Right. Exactly.
I said, you better triple and quadruple that mask up.
Look up.
Well, back then I was being kind of mean about it. But I was just so sick and tired of hearing people go, "Oh, you got to put on that mask. You can't be around us." And it's like, hell, I went into the hospital seeing my best friend that was dying right on the COVID floor, and I wasn't even masked up. And by God, that was my friend Jeff McCabe out in Salem, Oregon. And I went into the hospital, and the hospital's like, "You got to have a mask on." They're all freaking out on me. And so they have me put on all this gear, all this crap, whole suit up. And here's my best friend in a hospital bed, sitting on the freaking COVID floor, and he didn't even have COVID. Didn't even have COVID. It's like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to just make sure
these hospitals and med centers were making from the federal government because of that CARE Act or whatever that was that they passed, it was giving them the medical communities made hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars just by acting like everybody had COVID. No matter how you died, you're going to be listed as a COVID death.
And it makes me wonder, I'd like to be able to find out that, Charlie, and I'd like to be able to find out, did that hospital get X amount of dollars when he did die, saying, well, he had COVID. Truth was, he's a severe diabetic and everything else, and amputations and stuff. God rest his soul. But you just don't know. You don't know about any of these hospitals anymore. I don't put faith in any doctor.
My audience does know. I've had people on who have given out the numbers of how much money these doctors and hospitals were being paid for saying somebody had COVID.
Is it correct? Is it about 100,000?
Here's what got me fired from my radio job, Jonathan. I said on the air, "Hey, you want to die? Check yourself into the hospital to make sure you do."
I'm sorry, I almost
spit 3-4 times more money if you actually died. It's hard to think that these people who swore an oath to protect, right, to do no harm, were doing so much harm. Well, they've been. What makes you think that they're any kind of good and righteous people because they swore out this little Hippocratic oath when they'll turn right around and dissect a baby in the womb and then suck out the body parts? That's how they do an abortion, by the way. These are the same people who supposedly care so much and swore that oath to do no harm.
Those abortions, folks, they're not humane at all.
They've been doing plenty of harm for many, many years now. So I don't trust the medical community one bit anymore. I hate to have to say that, but it's just absolutely true. I don't, because there's a lot of very wicked people in there as well. Pray against evil. Be no part of the works of darkness, but instead even expose them. That's what powers my show, Ephesians 5:11. Pray against this evil. Pray for God's will to be done on earth as it is in heaven, just like Jesus told us to pray.
That's right.
Please do that.
What
Jonathan, you're a blessing, by the way. You're a tremendous blessing. It's great to have you on my show again, and to turn around and actually be on your show at the same time is quite an honor and a privilege. I appreciate
So for your viewing audience, Charlie, I'm just going to go ahead and make the announcement. I just got done offering Charlie a slot on our TV channel on Q Broadcast, Channel 24, where you can be live on TV every day as well, Charlie. Love to have you as part of our on our channel.
Appreciate that.
And let's make it happen. We do not censor you folks out there on Q Broadcast, by the way. So whatever we have to say, we do ask that people please do not use the Lord's name in vain on our channel.
Same here. And let's try and avoid the F word too, if we can.
Yep, try to avoid the F-bomb. And other than that, we do our best. I'm not saying there's not a day that once in a while I don't slip up, but other than that, especially when I'm down on the border.
And for all your viewers, you can find me at charliesimons.com, but Charlie is spelled with 2 E's, no I, because my name is actually Charles Lee. So it's CharlEESIM, just one M, ONS with an S on the end, charliesimons.com. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you very much to everybody watching. We appreciate you more than you know.
You betcha, Charlie. God bless you. God bless your viewing audience. And let's talk later today. We'll talk about the channel. Give me a call, and we'll see about. We can probably even have you on as soon as tomorrow. That's soon.
Well, all right, that'll be fun. Thank you, my friend.
And we'll have you out there on TV for your show, buddy.
All right,
guys. So we're going to be live on the border real quick to my viewing audience and yours, I guess. We're going to be live on the border again Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, possibly through the weekend of next week as well. I do have senators coming in, some other people taking this trip with us. And so stay tuned for a lot of broadcasting from the borders, also from the Chilton Ranch. They're the ones that were invaded by the cartel. I'm sure a lot of you guys seen them all over Fox News, ABC, NBC, all that news outlets. Well, that's all my surveillance cameras that captured the cartel that we've got placed on the Chilton Ranch, which I'm going to recover several of them on this trip to check the footages and replace some cards and different things in them. But you guys stay tuned for those broadcasts. It's all going to be live right from the border. So you guys will get a nice eyeful of what's going on. Other than that, Charlie, God bless you. God bless my viewing audience today. And we'll be live again tomorrow. Jonathan and Julie D in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 6 Pacific. And hope you guys can tune into our broadcast as well. So God bless you guys. God bless you, Charlie. Appreciate all your patronage and the work you do as well, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. God bless you guys.
There you go, Johnathon Townsend Alexander. He's been a warrior down on the southern border for quite a while. He's done things from the northern border as well. Don't forget, things coming in from Canada like crazy, and we don't have a wall up there. It's a battle. How do we win, though? Spiritually. How do we win? We get involved. We actually put our votes where our mouths are. Instead of complaining, actually showing up and voting. And don't shirk your duty. In California, you can get registered to vote if you're not already at registertovote.ca.gov. Registertovote.ca.gov. And before every election, I always go onto that website and I check and make sure that my party affiliation hasn't been messed with, because that's been happening to we conservatives. Suddenly we're a Democrat. Now we're not voting in the Republican primaries. We're not even getting the information and so on. It's just wickedness is rampant. We've got to be diligent and know we are ultimately protected if we've given our lives to Christ Jesus. If we've made him our Lord and Savior, we will be protected by his Holy Spirit. But we've got to engage. We've got to engage. May God bless you and keep you. May God bless America. Most importantly, America, bless God.